Okay guys, what's going on? This is Jeff with Island Hopper TV, and today we're going to make a video about, is Buenos Aires safe? So a lot of people want to know this question. I mean, this question comes up pretty much everywhere we go. It's just a very common question, and that's what we're going to address here in this video. Let's do this. So right here is basically the central area of Buenos Aires. I've talked about it in my previous videos. One of the things that I would say is one of the more dangerous things from my experience is crossing the roads. I mean, of all the things in Buenos Aires, believe it or not, being on foot is one of the more scary things that I've done. And you can see, I mean, I'm just waiting to cross the road, but the thing is, they don't always have these cross now icons, right? Or these poles, you know, crosswalks. So sometimes you'll be in situations where you're like, can I go? Can I not go? And let's see here, like right now, what's going on? Okay, here I go. I mean, this looks simple enough, right? But you can see the traffic's going in all directions, so it's just a little bit different. So rant over about walking in Buenos Aires. Next thing that I would say is it safe to just walk around, right? So that's what everyone wants to know. And from my experience, it is totally fine to just walk around. No one's going to attack you or mug you. From my experience, it's been pretty safe. So if you're worried about getting attacked or getting mugged in Buenos Aires, sure, it can happen. In some neighborhoods are safer than others. Some of the safe ones to get your hotel, if you're really worried about that, Recoleto, Palermo, some of these other communities. This area that I'm in right here has been safe. The area that I'm going right now that they say is not so safe is La Boca at night. So if you're going to go to La Boca, which is a famous neighborhood, you go there in the daytime, which is why I'm going there in the daytime. I did a little bit of research on it, and that's what they said. But going there at night, maybe not so great. And I heard Buenos Aires is safe for the most part in the daytime. It's just at nighttime when it gets a little bit iffy. So you know, do with that what you want. Next thing, is it safe to drink the water? For the most part, out of the tap, no, you should not. The only time I've used the water is to brush my teeth. So from my experience, I've not gotten sick by brushing my teeth and using the water. So it's pretty safe to do that. Now, next thing that people want to know, is it safe to take the taxis? And from my experience, it has been safe, and the taxi drivers are helpful. There are a few things like scammers that you might want to be on the lookout for with that. See, just a little bit crazy crossing these streets. For example, when you first get off the bus or the airplane, when you're at the bus station or the airport, you're going to want to, let me go this way. You're going to want to run the meter. So I got ripped off when I first got to Mendoza, Argentina. Well, ripped off, I guess, because I paid $30 to go for a 5-minute taxi ride, when it should have cost only $3. I mean, $30 in the US gets you, I mean, $30 here, which is 1,000 pesos thereabouts, gets you about 2 or 3 steak dinners. So it should not be that expensive. But the taxis are pretty safe. Really, they are. I mean, every taxi cab driver that I've had that ran the meter, you know, if they don't want to run the meter, I don't know about them. I don't know if they're that great. I don't know if I'd recommend that. But if they are agreeing to run the meter, those guys, they've all been great. Friendly, helpful, you know, good vibes, right? So one thing I did hear is also they don't like Uber here. So most taxi drivers in cities don't like Uber anyway, because they've been known to take their business. But we're gonna go ahead and pick up the next part of this video in a different area. And so the next subject that we're going to talk about is going to be women, and are women safe? Is there a thing with women's safety here? What do women need to know? Is it how does it rank? It's got, by most standards, a ranking of mid-level. So as a single solo female traveler to Buenos Aires, from what I've heard, it's exercise mild precautions, you know, when you're walking, look behind your back. If you're in a, you know, every once in a while when you're in an area that's, you know, not so lit or you're not so comfortable with, just make sure no one's following you. That's kind of like what the best tips that I've been given are. But if you're a female traveler, I would say Buenos Aires is safe for the most part. At night, you know, you shouldn't go out by yourself at night and go drinking and do all that, but, and that would apply to both men and women. I've had people ask me, oh, it's 9 o'clock at night, why aren't you out having drinks and stuff? Well, I'm like, I'm a solo traveler. I'm not gonna, I don't see a need to push that, right? So, also there is a subway here, subway system, and that is a pretty safe way to go because there is, you know, police that will be hanging out in those areas, and, you know, the odds of anything crazy happening. Also, another thing that I should point out in the subject of dog poop, okay? Dog poop is everywhere, so that means because there's stray dogs, not just domesticated dogs that are living with someone, but stray dogs also are out there doing stuff. So that is a little bit of a thing that you got to be on the lookout for. As far as eating the food here, street food in particular, I've had no problems eating street food. I ate some what you would call not so healthy food, like a sausage on a bun. They cut the sausage in half and put it onto a, like make it into a sandwich. I forgot what it was called, but I had that. It wasn't an issue eating the street food, but I've only done that a couple times. I haven't done much. I also had street food at Palermo, the Mercado Palermo, which is pretty good. Look at this, El Viejo Volcano. Another pretty good. Let's see here. Here I am waiting across the road. It's just a cool looking place. I'm getting really close to the neighborhood called La Boca. In case you guys want to come down here, this is what you're going to be seeing. So now, also in terms of terrorism or, you know, mass shootings, because that is a subject that happens, especially in North America. It's come up this summer. The risk of that happening here is low, you know, whereas in Europe, you know, they've had experiences with that, terrorism, car bombings, etc. For the most part, if you do any research on this area about that, there's not much to say about that. It doesn't really happen here. Mass shootings and stuff. I don't know exactly why that is, but like I said, lots of dogs, as you can see. Big old dogs, huh? Those are not stray dogs. I haven't seen any stray dogs in this neighborhood like I've seen in others. So, yeah, low terrorism risk. Also, natural disasters. Also, very low natural disasters. I mean, right now you have the fires burning in the Amazon, but the Amazon's thousands of miles away from here. As far as I know, Buenos Aires doesn't get the same frequency of tsunamis that Chile does. I haven't even seen any tsunami evacuation zone signs here. Not to say they don't exist, but earthquakes, I'd imagine because it's so close to Chile, that is possible. Although where I live in Arizona, close to California, we don't really get earthquakes, even though we're really close to California. So yeah, I'll keep this video going as I continue to push here into La Boca's neighborhood, Buenos Aires. So yeah, I do feel the need to bring this up because it is a little bit of an issue in terms of withdrawing money from the ATMs. I mentioned this in the video that I did yesterday about things to know about Buenos Aires, which you can also watch on this channel. But you know, I just went to withdraw some money, 2,000 pesos. It's not a lot of money, but the withdrawal fee is 569 pesos. Now, the first thing you might say is, well, why don't you withdraw more than 2,000 so you're not constantly having to incur that? Well, the machines are only letting me withdraw a maximum of 2,000 pesos. So 1/4 of my 1/4 of the money that I'm basically I'm being charged 25%. Now, being that 55 pesos equals $1, you know, that's, you can do the math, that's almost $10 for a fee, right? So I'm withdrawing about $50 and paying $10 in fee because that's all the machine's letting me do. So anytime I have a big transaction, I'm using a credit card, a travel miles credit card, which I'll, you know, be paying down quite frequently. Actually, I've actually been to this park already, so I was already close to La Boca. But here we are, actually just now entering the area of La Boca. So just wanted to bring that up. Thought it was worth mentioning. Alright, here's one for you guys. Is it safe for families here? And yeah, there's another one of those street art mosaics. This is La Boca. I mean, is Buenos Aires safe for families? Yes. And so far, La Boca has kind of like a central region like this, more affluent, and then on the fringes, a little bit rougher. But overall, I've seen plenty of families have no problems, especially in Recoleta, Palmero, all those communities. You guys will be a-okay. So, like I said, I'm walking around one of the residential areas of La Boca. Colorful little village inside of Buenos Aires. Yeah. Also, look at this cat. I've got a cat. He didn't even want to look at me. He's like, oh, I'm shy. So this is a bit of a clip after I've already kind of filmed the majority of this. I'm going to squeeze this in towards the middle or the end of the video. I mean, there's definitely some areas that are very sketchy. Like, you know, you'll walk by people that are drunk and, you know, they'll say something to you. And I just don't make eye contact with them or acknowledge them. You don't know. So, not making eye contact with them or acknowledging them has been my best approach so far. Hola. Ah, poquito. Inglés. Video? Sí.
Guárdala.
¿Ah?
Guardar. Peligroso. Danger.
YouTube.
¿Eh?
YouTube. YouTube. Okay, so I was filming and I had a police officer actually stop me, and what he wanted to tell me was that this area is actually kind of dangerous. I didn't speak full Spanish, so we had to use Google Translate, but he was just telling me that in the area of La Boca, someone will come along and just grab the camera right out of my hand if they wanted it. And he was basically saying that it's dangerous around here, so you know, if you decide to come to a place like La Boca, this one here, just bear in mind that is what even the police officer said. So it's just basically a neighborhood with lots of street art. He used the word cute. So he says it's a cute place, but dangerous. So this is La Boca. You can still come here if you want. But that came from the police officer. Anyways, guys, this is going to conclude the episode of Is Buenos Aires Safe? And subscribe to this channel if you like, and we'll see you guys next time. Also drop a video saying where you would like me to go next. Make a video. Make video recommendations, anything you want to know. I'll show you around. But this concludes La Boca.